All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol BNGO, Bionano Genomics Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all the subscribers, welcome back. And I just want to quickly announce that I have a Twitter account now. The link is down below in the description. You can follow me there and have more information on stocks distributed on there, and also notifications you might miss here on YouTube. Also, stay tuned till the end of this video because we're going to have a recap on the ticker symbols we've talked about this week and last week, leading into how they've performed. Every single one of them are up, and we want to go ahead and see what are the expectations moving forward. So stay tuned for that till the end of this video. So BNGO had some slight downfall from these highs up here, right, of 723, came down to lows here of 382, bounced back up to highs of 639, started to fall, and it was rising up slightly yesterday, and it broke through resistance. That was probably the most important point. We could see the momentum building, and from that point forward, broke out, and it reached newer highs. It reached all the way up here to 794. So we want to keep these numbers in mind moving forward, but something that's very important is the fact that we have our support here. We've had a big run, and we need to look for a consolidation somewhere up here, or the bulls need to continue to pull up to pull further away from the 50-day moving average. So I want every single investor to stay tuned for this information. So 50-day moving average is 587. Super important. As long as we're above it, we're in bullish territory. The moment we're below it, we're in bearish territory. If this breaks through support, the lowest point reached in the day here is 655. And another point of reference, if 655 gets broken through, is 615. You can have these 2 points of reference to see how the stock is doing in bullish territory in the downward direction. Because if it breaks through 655, 615, the window's getting smaller and smaller to see how it's doing in bullish territory before crossing the 50-day moving average and ending up in bearish territory. So we need to watch that closely. But the first support level is here at 680. Super important. We're currently at 737, 680. You want to watch how it's reacting between 680 and 655. You can see if the bulls are trying to reappear, if it crosses it, and if the bears are continuing to pull this down. Then you can see how it's doing between 655 and 615 and see if the bulls have any chance to reappear, or are the bears dominating the chart from that point forward. But the first support level is 680, and we're rebounding right now. Let's see if the bulls can maintain that momentum. And as I stated earlier, the highest point reached is 794, and that's the resistance level that the bulls need to break through. They need to turn that into a support and break away from it to reach newer highs and new resistance levels. Get further away from the 50-day moving average in the upward direction. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. So, for those of you that have stayed to this point, stay tuned. We're about to go over every single ticker symbol we've talked about from last week leading into this week, and have a recap on how they're doing and what are the expectations moving forward. So let's do a quick recap here on some of the stocks that I've talked about towards the end of these videos. I have many more stocks to continue to share with you guys moving forward, and also as I continue to do my due diligence and research, and as I come across them and I see consolidations and so forth. So let's start off with the first one that we've talked about this week. Well, the beginning of this week and ending of last week, and it was WBA. We've talked about it since it was at 42.90. That's when I did the video talking about it. It was sitting around this area, and from that point forward we can see how this week has been, and I think that there's still more room here. We definitely want to watch it closely due to the fact that it has been in a bullish run for some time. We need to see how long it's going to last, and also watch closely any pullbacks that this stock has moving forward. Now, The other one is ALGM. It was under the radar, and it still pretty much is. When you go ahead and look at their chart, their volume is pretty low. It doesn't even reach 1 million in volume, but it has been growing. And I've talked about it since it was way back here at around 2490-ish. It was around this area right here. It was at the beginning, towards the middle of December. I'm not sure exactly what point it was at, but it was at 2490 when I did the video. And when I actually mentioned it was earlier this week. And here we are seeing how it's been reacting. Moving forward, it kind of dipped. It was having a nice pullback, and consolidation was already broken through. So this was a really good sign. And I started talking about it to let more people know about it. Now, I did a full video on it, so a lot of people probably missed it and overlooked it. Came back to look at the chart. The chart was showing signs of moving upwards and that there's great potential and possibilities here. And the fact that ALGM, a lot of analysts had a price target that already had broken through. Like it was around 20 something and some change. It was like $28, $29. And it broke through it, reaching 31. And I had stated at the beginning of this week, as it was pulling back, that analysts were probably going to have to upgrade their price target, pushing this one up further due to the fact of the signs and what this stock is showing. Now, this is a great innovative stock. It's really going to do well with the EV sector growing, and I believe that there's room here still for this one. Now, the other one that I had shared with you guys was LXRX. Now, this one was a much more speculative play. I had stated that there was a nice consolidation forming as we saw at the beginning of the week. I mentioned it yesterday and the day before, not actually yesterday, the day before yesterday, and I was already seeing a healthy sign of holding itself up. I had stated that up towards Thursday or the end of this week, we were going to see a catalyst due to the big event. And here we are seeing it run from 380s all the way up to 940, dipping back down to 819. This could consolidate up here. I said this is a speculative play. We need to see how it ends the week, how it starts next week, and it can continue to grow, no doubt. But there's a lot of hype and speculation around it due to the fact of the catalyst that was coming up. And here we are seeing that happen. Now, the last one I stated was yesterday's video, and I mixed that up with LXRX. I talked about this 2 days ago, and here we are with Wish. Wish is one that I had stated I wish I'd found earlier. I remembered it was going to IPO, completely forgot about it, caught up with so many other ticker symbols, so much other research last month, and it dipped down. If I would have known this, I would have probably taken a shot at it, and I caught it up here around the beginning of this week, right? So it was dipping, and as soon as I was going to get ready to talk to you guys about it and stuff, I was like, man, it's dipping. Let's watch this closely. The next day it ran. I said, okay, let's see if there's some consolidation. It ran again. I talked about it yesterday, and here we are seeing it run. So we still need to watch this closely, how it continues to play out, because of the fact that stocks like these have great upward potential. We need to see how the pullbacks are, or if this would consolidate somewhere up here or somewhere down here. Because remember, it came from down here, ran up to here, held itself up, and ran again. So if it consolidates up here, healthy sign for the next run until there's more speculation or hype or some catalyst to make it continue, or pull back down to around this area and consolidate up here. That will show signs of healthiness as well moving forward in the long term, because it didn't just destroy all these gains and go back down to the 19 or under $20. So big deal here with this one. I hope that you guys have found these ticker symbols helpful and informative. I look forward to seeing your guys' thoughts down below. Any of you guys that have been watching them, how do you feel about them? And also, if you learned something new and you are a first-time viewer and you've never came across this channel, subscribe to continue to get information like this and see what the important cues are based off the charts for the next trading day. Don't forget to share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watch this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, And as always, let's make some money.